Nationalistic historiography. It was written by Indian historians trained in the British educational system. They tried to restore pride in the ancient history of India and self-esteem of the Indian readers. Vishnu Shastri Chiplunkar inspired nationalist writings in Maharashtra. Nationalist writings are at times criticized for ignoring critical analysis of historical truth. Nationalistic historiography helped in triggering of the independence movement in India. Vinayak Damodar wrote the book The Indian War of Independence, 1857. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, also known as Veer Savarkar, was a politician, lawyer, and writer who actively participated in Indian freedom struggle. He popularized the term Hindutva. It provided momentum to the writing of regional histories. Nationalistic historiography drew attention of historians to geographic conditions and history of South Indian regions. Some nationalistic historians are Mahadev Govind Ranade, Ramkrishna Gopal Bhandarkar, Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, Rajendra Lal Mishra, Ramesh Chandra Majumdar, Kashi Prasad Jaiswal, Radha Kumud Mukherjee, Bhagwan Lal Indraji, Vasudev Vishnu Mirashi, and Anand Sadashiv Altekar. Nationalistic historiography, one of the historians is Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade. Now, he was an Indian scholar, social reformer, justice, and he was also an author. He was a founding member of Indian National Congress Party. He supported social reform movement, especially the ones related to women's rights. He wrote the book The Rise of Maratha Power. He explained the background of rise of Maratha power. According to him, it was not like a suddenly erupted forest fire, but the ground for it in Maharashtra on the social, cultural, and religious levels was getting ready over a prolonged period of time. Nationalistic historiography, V.K. Rajwade. Now he compiled and edited Marathancha Itihasache Sagane. There were 22 volumes, and each volume he wrote scholarly prefaces to it. Rajwade is well known for his writings in Marathi on number of subjects like history, linguistics, grammar, etc. He stated history is the all-inclusive image of the past societies. It does not include only the stories of political images, conspiracies, and wars for seizing power. He insisted that history should be written only using the authentic documentary source. Historiography in the post-independence period. Now, in this period, along with dynastic histories, cultural, social, economic histories were also written. Scholars felt need to write histories of various communities, sciences, economic systems, political ideologies, cultural aspects, etc. Historiography influenced by following ideological schools are Marxist history, subaltern history, and feminist history. Marxist history. Marxist historians' writings centered around means and modes of production and industrial relations, which means Marxist history emphasized on economic aspects. The basic theme of Marxist historiography is to study the impact of important social events. Marxist historians in India studied the transitions within caste system. Comrade Dange wrote the book Primitive Communism to Slavery. Some important Indian Marxist historians are Damodar Dharmanand Kosambi, Comrade Shripad Amrut Dange, Ram Charan Sharma, and Comrade Sharad Patil. Subaltern history. Subaltern means bottommost ranks. Now, subaltern history has roots in Marxist history. It emphasized on role of the lowest ranks in the caste system and their contribution. Role of Antonio Gramsci. He was an Italian historian, and he is very important in developing the idea that history should be written starting from the bottommost ranks of people in the society. Ranjit Guha, an Indian historian, played a major role in establishing subaltern history as an important academic school of historiography. Folklore has been considered as a very important source for writing subaltern histories. Before onset of subaltern ideology, similar thoughts were expressed by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Mahatma Phule wrote the book Gulamgiri. In this book, he drew attention to the exploitation of women, Shudras and Atishudras done under the name of religion. The terms Shudra and Atishudra indicates the bottommost ranks in the caste system. The role of people belonging to Dalit caste in the shaping of various cultural and political aspects of India was not acknowledged in the colonial and nationalistic historiography. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, focusing on this fact, consistently wrote about it. He wrote the books Who Were the Shudras and the Untouchables. Feminist history. Now, why were the roles and achievements of women in history neglected? It was mainly because male scholars were involved in the writing of Indian history. As a result, the role and achievements of women in history remained neglected. What is the importance of feminist history? To highlight the fact that role and achievements of women in writing of history remained neglected was a major task faced by the feminist historians. It was important to study and compile the historical writings of women. It was also necessary to rethink of women's position in history. The feminist literature of post-independence period concentrated on issues like employment of women, treatment meted out to them at their workplace, and right to political equality. Now, let's see some of the books written by women authors. Tarabai Shinde wrote the book Stree Purush Tulna. It was published in 1882. This is the first feminist book in India. She wrote attacking the male-dominated social system and the caste system. Pandita Ramabai wrote The High Caste Hindu Woman, which was published in 1888. Meera Kosambi wrote the book Crossing Thresholds Feminist Essays in Social History. It contained essays on life stories of women like Pandita Ramabai and Dr. Rukmabai. Dr. Rukmabai was the first practicing lady doctor of India. Dr. Sharmila Rege wrote the book Writing Caste, Writing Gender, Reading Dalit Women's Testimonies. It contained essays on the autobiographies of Dalit women. Now let's see some historians who wrote without embracing any particular ideology. So they did not write according to Marxist history, or they did not write according to nationalistic historiography. They did not have any particular ideology that they embraced. They were Sir Jadunath Sarkar, Surendranath Sen, Riyasatkar G.S. Sardesai, Triambak Shankar Sejavalkar. In the recent times, historians like Yashwant Dinkar Phadke, Ramchandra Guha, etc. have contributed extensively to the historiography of modern India. Publication of Marathi Riyasat by Govind Sakharam Sardesai was a momentous achievement in the field of Indian historiography. His work became so famous that people began to address him as Riyasatkar. He published several volumes of Maratha history. Now this Riyasatkar was written in Marathi and presented an account of over 1,000 years of Indian history until the year 1848. Children, with this we have completed explanation for this lesson. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and take care.